Hello, I'm Adam the Hip Nerd, and I'm going to take this bass drum that I found by the side of the road and give it new life. The heads and the wrap were trashed, and it looked like it had been exposed to moisture and heat judging by the rust and the buckling of the wrap. It seemed like it had been dropped, perhaps it had been dangling by the rope, which purpose was a mystery to me, and fell at some point. The hoops were dented, and some of the tension rods were bent and some missing. Removing the hardware and the wrap was pretty easy. I got lucky with the wrap. It could have required a heat gun and maybe chemicals to dissolve the glue, but it came off cleanly with just a putty knife.
Actually, it's a decent tone. Alright, cool. I got a drum shell, baby.
I soaked the hardware in rust remover and washed them off. The chrome was permanently damaged on most of the pieces, but they looked decent enough. I had not inspected the hardware before cleaning, and afterwards I discovered that besides the hoops and the tension rods, some of the lugs were damaged. I covered a cardboard box with a trash bag to make a trough to soak the hoops in rust remover, the idea being to turn them at regular intervals to cover all the sections. This was a complete disaster. The trash bag leaked and rust remover got all over my garage floor, so I made a wooden trough and covered it with a heavy-duty tarp. The hoops were very dirty, and there was residue from the double-sided tape used to attach the vinyl wrap. I probably should have done this cleaning before I put it in the rust remover bath. They came out looking pretty good anyway, except for the permanently damaged chrome and the dents. I tried my best to round them out again and got them close enough for rock and roll. I put sanding sealer on the shell, sanded, and then painted it in preparation for covering it. There were a lot of options for finishing or wrapping the shell, and it was hard to decide. It was my son's idea to sticker bomb it. This worked out really well. I ordered the stickers on eBay, and it was relatively quick and easy to put them on, and I think the results came out great. I had to replace a few lugs and tension rods, but I found hardware that matched the existing stuff. I wanted to do something more than just restore an old bass drum. I don't have a real drum set right now, so I don't really have use for the drum as part of a kit. So my creative twist was to put a spring between the two heads. keep the spring from slipping out, I put 2 small beads on either end. Bending the spring steel in a tight radius like that was harder than I thought it would be. The sound wasn't quite as weird and exciting as I had hoped. I wanted it to sound like an old toy called a Zoob Tube, but it just wasn't getting that metallic springy sound. I realized that if I used a longer spring that stuck out past the hole, I could adjust it by screwing it in or out. It didn't totally fix the sound, but it also presented its own sonic possibilities. Since it wasn't going to be used as a standard bass drum, I wanted to make some kind of stand for it. I've made a few round tabletops, and I've had these arch-shaped pieces in my scrap pile for a long time. I thought they could make an interesting shape for a stand. The tabletops that these pieces are from were cut with a jigsaw, so they did not all have the same curvature. I clamped them together so I could sand them to the same shape. I calculated that this size piece, doubled, would put the top of the drum at about waist height when in the stand.